David Soul spent years playing one of television's most fearless detectives. As Detective Ken Hutchinson in Starsky and Hutch, he became a symbol of confidence, courage, and charisma. To millions of fans, he seemed larger than life, a star whose smile and unmistakable screen presence could brighten any scene. But behind the fame, another story was quietly unfolding. It wasn't one of flashing cameras or standing ovations. It was a deeply personal journey filled with triumph, hardship, reinvention, and, ultimately, a final chapter that few fans truly understood. By the time the curtain fell, David Soul's greatest battle had taken place far away from Hollywood. Long before he became a television icon, Soul's path was anything but predictable. Raised in a family that traveled extensively because of his father's work, he developed a curiosity about the world that would later shape both his acting and music careers. Before finding success in Hollywood, he explored folk music, performed in clubs, and took on small acting roles, slowly building a career through determination rather than overnight fame. Everything changed in the mid-1970s when Starsky and Hutch became an international sensation. Alongside Paul Michael Glaser, David Soul became one half of one of television's most beloved crime-fighting duos. Audiences admired the chemistry between the two stars, and the series quickly became a cultural phenomenon. At the same time, Soul surprised fans by launching a successful music career. His single, "Don't Give Up on Us," reached #1 in several countries, proving he was far more than just a television actor. But here's what most people never realized. Fame brought opportunities, yet it also brought enormous pressure. During those years, Soul struggled with the demands of celebrity, personal relationships, and the constant scrutiny that accompanied life in the spotlight. His personal life attracted headlines, sometimes overshadowing his professional accomplishments. In later interviews, he reflected openly on mistakes he had made and the lessons those difficult years had taught him, demonstrating a willingness to acknowledge his past rather than hide from it. As television changed during the 1980s, many stars from the era found themselves searching for new directions. David Soul was no exception. Rather than desperately chasing the fame he had once enjoyed, he gradually reinvented himself. He moved to the United Kingdom, where he found renewed success on stage, appearing in numerous theater productions and television projects. In many ways, this quieter phase of his career allowed him to focus more on his craft than on celebrity. Yet life continued to present unexpected challenges. As the years passed, Soul faced health issues that gradually slowed the pace of his work. While he remained grateful for the career he had enjoyed, age inevitably brought physical limitations familiar to so many performers who had spent decades under demanding schedules. Those close to him often described a man who remained thoughtful, resilient, and appreciative of the opportunities life had given him despite its hardships. Then came the news that saddened fans around the world. On January 4, 2024, David Soul passed away at the age of 80 after what his family described as a courageous battle with health issues. His wife, Helen Snell, remembered him not only as a beloved husband and father but also as a gifted actor, singer, storyteller, and creative soul whose warmth touched countless lives. The announcement marked the end of a remarkable career that had spanned more than 5 decades and left an indelible mark on television and music. Today, David Soul's legacy extends far beyond Starsky and Hutch. His performances continue to introduce new generations to one of television's defining eras, while his music remains a reminder of the remarkable versatility that made him such a unique entertainer. His willingness to reinvent himself, confront personal challenges, and continue creating well into later life reflects a resilience that deserves to be remembered alongside his fame. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of David Soul's story is not that his journey came to an end, but that time quietly transformed a global superstar into a man seeking peace, purpose, and the simple joys of life away from the spotlight. And maybe that's the legacy worth remembering most, that behind every television legend is a human being whose greatest victories often happen long after the cameras stop rolling. If David Soul's remarkable journey touched you, share your favorite memory of him in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more untold stories celebrating the lives, struggles, and lasting legacies of Hollywood's most unforgettable legends.